I recently started learning game design in Unity, and since my first game is probably going to be a platformer, I decided to start playing all the platformers I own in order to see what makes a really good platformer. With that in mind, here's a list of all the platformer games that I own: Celeste, Limbo, Inside, Yoku's Island Express, Wander Song, Fez, and Almost There. The main categories that I paid attention to were the controls of the game, the story of the game, and the art and the aesthetics of the games. One of the characteristics of the really good platformers I played was the fact that they had less buttons that you had to remember. For example, Celeste had only 6 or 7 different buttons you had to remember. Limbo and Inside have very similar control schemes with only 6 buttons you need to remember. Yoku's Island has 5 buttons that you need to remember. Well, Wander Song, which I did not enjoy nearly as much as all the rest, had many more buttons that you had to remember. Of all the platformers, Celeste has the most put together story, and it's just so beautiful and uplifting. By far the best one. Limbo and Inside have stories, but I don't quite understand them, but they're just beautiful. It's more about the game. Fez is good, but I haven't finished, so I don't understand it. Yoku is just having fun bouncing around, collecting fruit, and that's amazing. Wander Song is, I don't get it. I didn't really like Wander Song that much. I would describe the art of Celeste as simply complex. Takes a bunch of pixel art but combines it in beautifully complex ways with particles and different color schemes that all blend together in a masterful way over all the various levels. The art style of Limbo is beautiful monochrome. It's black and white, but it doesn't need much else because it's able to convey so much with just those 2 colors. And it's amazing. The art style of Inside is very similar to Limbo, but it has a little bit more color, but it's just gorgeous. It does so much. It doesn't look like super stunning, like it doesn't have high definition textures, but it just looks good because it uses good lighting design and everything to bring together what it wants to convey. Yoku's Island has the most complicated art style of all the games I played, but it's just so cute and adorable. It takes a lot of really bright colors and just puts them together next to like dark caves and dark water and just bouncing around all over the map, and it's amazing. Wander Song's art style is almost too simple. It just doesn't look good. Plus, combined with really complex controls, it comes together to look like a game that doesn't feel super thought out. Platformers come in all shapes and sizes. There's the cool pixel platformers like Celeste, the dark, dismal escape tales like Limbo and Inside, but what makes a good platformer is having a simple but complex idea. Having simple but complex art doesn't have to be flashy, but as long as it comes together well and looks good, and having simple controls but that you can do a lot of things like in Inside or Limbo where there's just movement and jump and use, but you can use those different controls to do a lot of different things. And then when it comes to story, platformers, a lot of it is mostly about mechanics, like how good it feels. It's running, jumping, interacting with obstacles. There doesn't need to be a complex story because it's about the journey, not so much what's going on. And that's what I think makes a good platformer. That's just my opinion. I'm not an expert, but I do play a lot of video games. If you like this and want to see more, please like and or subscribe.